Hi guys. So back a little bit sooner than planned. I met up with Dave yesterday to swap presents, and one of the things he got me was a brand new webcam. So I hope this image is coming to you a lot clearer. The colours are going to be a lot more true. It certainly appears to be, from what I can see. And got this really cool sort of light and tripod. And the light, well, I can change like the brightness of it. I can change the colour of it, you know. So if I got to the summer and was looking, you know, a little bit pale, you know, I could perhaps add a bit of a light orange or yellow tinge to make me look a bit tanned or something. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how it all works yet, but we'll find out. So I thought, whilst I've just set it all up, it was actually super easy, I would just do an update while we're here. So I've not done a whole lot of stitching. I've done, I think, worked on 3 WIPs this month maybe, so not loads. I worked on my killer whales. We did I'm pretty sure it was this month. I just lose track completely. I'm pretty sure it was this month, like a video call in the Milton Keynes retreat, one of the rooms in the group on Facebook. That's what I was trying to think of. So during it I worked on my killer whales. Oh, so much better, isn't it, the quality? This is by far my longest WIP of about 15 years. Well, that and the European Bistro. Whilst on the video call I worked on the green. So I done probably, I think, most of this green bit here. I worked on it in a few days after. You see, so I've not got a whole lot left. So this is one of my focus pieces for this coming year, to be completed. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that as long as I do a bit each month. It's a nice easy stitch. It's on a 14 count Ada. You know, it's not too complicated. It is the sort of thing that you can just pick up and put down, not have to worry about it too much, not have to think too much while you're stitching it. It's not got a lot of colours in it. It's just nice and easy. And then it can sit in my drawer with all my other completed cross stitches that I never do anything with. But it's one less WIP. So yeah, so not loads done on that, but quite a bit of the greenery actually. There's not, so I'm about probably going across there where my finger is here. So I've only really got that top bit there, top half, and then these bit of mountains and this, which I believe, if I remember rightly, a half stitch as well. So that should be nice and easy. The other main one that I've worked on is my bookmark. I think, did I tell you these before? I can't remember if I did. I don't think I have actually. So I was sorting out my I basically got 2 drawers that my cross stitch stuff goes in, and sorting it out, I found this little booklet that I had from Cross Stitch Crazy in 2010. Completely forgot that I had it, just happened to come across it. And this year, as a lot of you know, I talk about sort of trying to be a bit more eco-friendly, cut down on the plastic and stuff like that. And this year, buying presents, I don't know what it is, I've not really enjoyed it as much. I feel like I'm buying stuff for the sake of buying, because you've got to buy, you know, for your parents and stuff like that. And it's not a money thing. I had the money to do it. I don't know. I enjoyed the presents that I bought, and I only buy things that I think people will like. I very rarely do I go, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna get him. Let's get him a smelly set, you know, something like that. I think I'm one of those rare people that actually really enjoy getting smelly sets. That's like my toiletries for the rest of the year. Like, what's not to enjoy? But yeah, so this coming year, next Christmas, I've decided that I want to try and hand make a lot of my Christmas presents. So I've been on Pinterest and looked at loads of stuff that I can, different types of hampers and food, and I've kind of decided that I'm either going to try and give people like consumables, such as bake some Christmas fudge and cookies and all that sort of stuff, or it be something that's kind of like useful but eco or handmade, or an experience like a red letter day or something like that, you know, something they perhaps wouldn't normally do. Money, like a voucher for a meal out or something, like something to help them create memories, and just try and put the love back into Christmas and why we're doing it. And I just felt like I was buying all these products, they were coming from all over the place, and yeah, I don't know, it just felt quite impersonal, and I just wanted to now give something a little bit more personal, something a little, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. Also, I saw this picture of the chocolate advent calendars where someone had literally taken out the wrapper, the plastic tray liner that the chocolate sits in, and then this tiny amount, this like tiny amount of chocolate that's actually in them, and there was just so much waste to it, and I was like, Poppy's not getting any more advent calendars. Like, if my nan still wants to do one, fair enough. But I think I didn't buy her because I know my mum gets a one, my nan got a one, and Dave bought a one. Michael, her dad, actually bought her a really good one that was like a big giant Disney book, and inside you open it up and you get a new book each day. That's absolutely fine. I like that sort of stuff. But those chocolate ones are such a waste. And Dave has this thing that he's had since he's a kid, and when he moved out, his sister didn't want it, so his mum and dad gave it to him, and it's like this felt snowman with 24 little pockets in, and he buys like a tub of Rosie's or Quality Street, you know, he uses the tub afterwards as well, so that's the thing, there's literally no waste other than the wrappers, which is a bit of a shame. But and he puts chocolate in each, just a bit of chocolate in each one. So I think I'm probably, throughout this year, I'll either make something, or maybe in the January sales I'll be able to pick up, like, I quite like those wooden ones that you get. I might be able to find one of them, something we can reuse every year, and just be a bit more mindful of what we put in. So I hope that's really long-winded, I know what I've just said. So going back to this, so I've decided, complete gone off on one, that I would go some bookmarks. I don't think I've ever stitched any bookmarks, and I thought my sister reads some books, my dad reads books, and my nan, I think, was the other person. And then actually, as I was just doing this, my aunt as well, she helps me out a lot with Poppy, or did before all of this, and I'm sure will again when Poppy starts school. So I thought I'd do one for her as well. She really likes nutcrackers, and I was hoping that they would have a nutcracker one in here, but they haven't. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do is pick some easier ones, because the one I'm doing for my sister is this kind of angel one here. It's a little bit out of focus, isn't it? So I've just got to play around with it. Anyway, it's this angel one here. There we go. Which is kind of like, if you like, a full coverage kind of one. So that might take a while, because I'm only doing it sort of here and there, just because I wanted a smaller piece to work on. So I think they have got other ones which are not so much. You know, that Christmas tree one there, you know, won't obviously take as long. And they've got a few like that, so depending on how long this one takes me. That one at the back, oh yeah, that one at the back would be quite a nice one, perhaps for my nan. So I'm doing the one for the sister, and so this is what I've done so far. Really impressed with the colours actually. How it's showing on the webcam, and it sort of seems to be refocusing as well. So I'm just pausing because it's, there we go. So yes, that's what I've done so far. So I've completed that little top bit. Well, I think it's like, we'll say like special or something like that. So I've just been doing this, I've been doing like a lot of video calls with my dad and stuff. So when we're on the video call, I might do that just because it's nice and neat. It's just, sometimes you just want something smaller to stitch, don't you? I find anyway, you don't want to have to bring out the stand and the frame, and then bring out the, you know, your hoop, and then I'll have all the threads beside me, and then the chart over here, or the iPad, or not iPad, but my, you know, the Android tablet over here. That's just a lot smaller and easier to manage. The other one I've worked on, which I've not brought in, standby one. Oh, sorry. So the other one I've done is my Heaven and Earth, my Together We Stand. So this is the picture. Still loving it. Still, yeah, every now and again, just try and crack away at it. So I've worked on, probably the biggest thing you might notice is I've done a bit more down here, and then every now and again I come back and fill in the lighter white shades in here. Oh, there you go, you can see that. Pretty much most of page 2, because this is the top of the eagle's head, so it will come around here. So all of this, a lot of this is white, sort of coming down here and around here. So I'm just gonna do maybe some white, and if I have to, then I might just move this over a little bit and come down here, start, so I can see page 5 or 6, whatever this is, and do a bit of blues and greys or something, and then go back and do some white. What I was trying to do is somewhere around here is the start of page 3, and I can't tell where, and because sorry, my hair's, I've got because I started it on my iPad and then I brought it over onto my Android, I can't, it's difficult to make out because I have to remark it all over again. So what I'm going to do here is what I have been doing is again just trying to work my way down and then across, get rid of all these waist knots, and then I'll be able to work out then where the page sort of starts and finishes. Across this little bit, it's probably not by much. Yeah, it's probably literally, I mean, that's what one, it's potentially sort of around here maybe, if any, I'm sure. Maybe I didn't even get to, oh no, because that's page 1 and 2, so 3 is probably sort of like this, and then 4. So yeah, I just need to work it out. I'm just gonna have to keep going, probably about there actually. where there's that waist not there, and then these start here. So yeah, maybe sort of around here. But anyway, because this then goes into greys, and then if I can work my way down, I think about page 4 or 5 is the eagle's eye. So if I can work my way down, and then I'll go back and do the head, do a bit over here, maybe do a bit down here. I'm not fussed that it's going to be all over the place. I just want to keep my interest in it, and doing pages and pages of white. Yeah, the progress might come along quite quickly, but I can imagine it'd be a bit boring as well. So that's the only ones I've worked on this month. I am doing WIPGO. I did the video for what my goals are, and I've just put it into like a little chart thing, really. Just, I wasn't going to, because it's like, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I've got a list of them, but I thought I'd play along, and then so my got a little notice board here. So numbers have been picked, and they are 3 numbers have been picked this month, so that then the rest of the year will be just 2 numbers, so that equals the 25, I believe. So numbers that have been picked are number 6, which is reach 10% on Together We Stand, which is about 21,000 stitches. That's not going to happen in a month. So that one obviously is more like a yearly goal. So by the end of the year, I would like to have reached 10%. Number 13, which some people do as a free square, sort of like you normally would on a bingo card, I think. However, I forgot this, probably because I done it as a list rather than on a board like that, and done a goal for number 13, which is 1,000 stitches in blue. Which at first I was like, oh, that's great, because I can work on the eagles, because that's got loads of blue in it. And then I realised that actually I'm not really in the blue bits at the moment. It's all greys and, excuse me, I'm really sorry, and whites. So probably won't work on that next month. And number 18, I should have got this, which is stitch 2 patterns in floral P. I haven't got that with me, but and that was going to be a brand new start as well for me for New Year's Day. So they're, I think for me, they're forgetting number 6, because that's the yearly one, the 1,000 stitches in blue, and the 2 pattern stitch 2 patterns in floral P, I think are quite large goals for me anyway. So I'm not stitching an awful lot in the evenings. I'm probably getting to maybe a couple of 100 stitches, if that, and then just like getting bored or tired. So to get my blue, I was a little bit worried at first. I was like, crap, how am I going to get that? I will work on the killer whales, which works out really well, because I want to get this completed, and I can do that blue section, the C down there. And as you know, my other focus piece is my European Bistro. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that that's one of the other pieces I want to get done for completed next year. Had it for a very similar amount of time as the killer whales, and a lot of the floor on that is blue as well. So that should be my 1,000 stitches. If I get bored, then I'll have to have a look to see whether I've completed it. Some of the building is in blue as well. Ooh. Oh, I haven't. So actually, so that's where I'm at. I absolutely love this piece, and I think once all the back stitches in, it is just going to look amazing. I think even when I stitch all this in blue, I might perhaps do a little bit of back stitch first, just like one strand, to see where I get, and then go on to the stitching. Just because there is so much back stitch. and it's just going to be so much easier if I do little bits as I go along. But yeah, so you can see all the all this blue here, and I think it's all half stitches as well mainly. So there we go. I'm still trying to learn which way is which. So this is the gold collection by Dimensions, and yeah, so I've had it for about 15 years. So again, one of my focus pieces. Hopefully I will get that done this year, and certainly that 1,000 stitches is going to make a massive dent in it as well. So in terms of the floral P, I don't know what to do with it, because I'm sure, yeah, so number 5 is stitch the P in floral P. So it's got a big back stitch P in the middle, and then like flowers, a flower as the background, which is made up of lots of different patterns and different colours. So in the middle of the P, it's got several colours in there, so I perhaps will start with that, or I might do the just the outline of that little bit in the middle of the P to make sure that I've got that right, and then do 2 patterns inside that bit, which are going to be quite small, but I've never done a black piece, a black work piece before. This is my first time. I am looking forward to it. It's something new for me, and I just absolutely love the pattern. But I'm hoping it's something that also will come up, you can work quite quickly on it, like not rush it because you want to get it right. You will see more of what you've done, if that makes sense. What am I trying to say? Progress. You'll see the progress quicker. Progress quicker. Yeah. So yeah, so that's my WIPGO. They're the 2 projects that I'm going to be probably mainly working on. Do a little bit of that bookmark. I'll have 4 to do in the year. Not quite sure how to finish them off. I don't know if you just use felt and maybe like a blanket stitch around the outside. I'm not too sure. I think they'll look quite nice actually, give it a bit more of a homemadey sort of effect. But I'm looking forward to doing them. They're just nice and easy and quick, and it'll all be from stash as well. So next year is my stitch from stash, so just purely because I want to try and get my credit card debt down as much as possible. So not that I spent a lot of money anyway on cross stitch, hardly anything. I mean, how often do I show haul? Like hardly ever. So, but if I can go a whole year without buying anything, it's kind of just like a little goal for myself. So this Ada actually I already had. It's just a 14 count, like a cream. It's quite a yellowy cream, and I just cut that into 3. So that will do my 3, my dad, my nan and my sister, and then afterwards I'll decide if I've got time, I'll do one for my aunt and find another bit of Ada for it. I am making my own. Oh, that's all stitchy news. So if anyone that only really comes from the stitching and doesn't really want a sort of a life update, I will say thank you for watching, and I won't be offended if you disappear. But thank you for coming back, and if you're new, then thank you for getting this far in. You've sat here and listened to me talk for 24 minutes. Itchy eye. Oh. So, oh God, I appreciate that. So yeah, so bye bye if you do go. So yeah, so part of when I was looking up for all these homemade gifts, Pinterest, oh my God, I love it. One of them was vanilla extract, and I had no idea you could make your own. And literally all it is a vanilla bean or pod and vodka. That's it. So I've got a click and collect tonight at Tesco's, and I've ordered vodka on there. I've already got like a large, can't see in the bottom, I need to like, I need to have a little play around with the camera. A large bottle which has got like the kind of little flip lids on them. So I just need to get some vanilla beans or pods. I don't know what pods. I would call them pods. And yeah, they'll probably take the best part of the year to be done. And for the alcohol, I don't know what happens to the alcohol, but the alcohol disappears and you get rid of that smell and the taste of the vodka and the odour and stuff. So yeah, so I thought I'll give that a go. Why not? My aunt, the one that looks after Jill, looks after Poppy, Jill is my aunt's name, she does a lot of baking and stuff, so she'd probably really like that. And then you can also do like an orange extract and a lemon extract. They don't take as long. I think some said about 6 months. So both of them fruits we tend to have. Poppy loves her oranges. Lemon I tend to have for baking as well. So I'll probably in the summer then give them a go as well. And then I think that'll be quite nice. A nice little set, like, you know, the vanilla, the orange and the lemon extract. You know, there'd be nice little bottles, little glass bottles I can buy. And yeah, I can get some nice labels made, or I can buy some labels and some bows around them. And yeah, I think it will look nice, and I think they'll be good presents. So yeah, so I'm doing that. Hopefully I'll find somewhere to order the vanilla beans. So Christmas was pretty non-eventful. I and Poppy and I ended up self-isolating. I had an email on the Monday before Christmas, so the 20th or something like that, to say that she has potentially come in contact with someone at her nursery on her last day of nursery on the Friday. Yeah, potentially come into contact with someone that's tested positive. So we had to self-isolate them for 10 days. So we'd already done 3 days by the time that we had this email. So that sucked. We was going to go to my dad's Christmas Day. My mum was going to come here Boxing Day. We was gonna have fun and games, and yeah, and in the end it was just me and Poppy. So I had a really bad day Christmas Eve. Spent most of the day crying. Was really down. Spoke to Dave on the phone, tried not to let him know how I was feeling and stuff, because he was really disappointed, and I didn't, you know, there's nothing anyone can do about it. But he ended up coming down to see me about 10 o'clock at night on Christmas Eve, bless him. So he brought his big winter coat and he sat in my doorway, and I sat back on the stairs. So we was like, we're nowhere near each other, and he put some flowers and a card on the doorstep for me to pick up. You know, we kept our distance, and by then it had been nearly a week and we'd had no symptoms or anything, so I was sort of pretty confident anyway, but we kept our distance. And it was just really lovely, bless him. He could tell I was a bit down on the phone when I spoke to him. And yeah, it was just really sweet. So that was Christmas Eve, and then I was absolutely fine after that. And then Christmas Day came, and we spent most of the day video calling the family and opening presents. And then it was Boxing Day, and we ended up video calling again on Boxing Day, sort of my mum and my dad and stuff. So it wasn't too bad. And then by like day 7 or 8, you're kind of used to being stuck indoors. The only disappointing thing was we found out on the Monday. On the Tuesday morning, I was planning on doing all my food shopping, so I barely had any food in. So my dad and my stepsister went and got me some basic essentials, just to get us through. And luckily, to help sort of with money, I'd already been buying a lot of the Christmas food previously. So I had like my turkey, my gravy, my cranberry sauce, a lot of the vegetables I already had. So we still had like a roast dinner and stuff Christmas Day. So what I'll say, by the time I got to Christmas Day, that day and Boxing Day went really quickly. And then we only had a couple of days left, and we were out again on Tuesday. So yeah, that was quite nice. So we got to see Dave finally yesterday, to swap presents, so that was nice. And yeah, that was it really. And then I'm back home, and then hopefully be spending New Year's with Dave, as we didn't really get to do Christmas together. So he might be back here tomorrow. And then I think we said we'll just do like a takeaway. And then I've got loads of food coming. My mum's then coming New Year's Day. Depending on what Boris says tonight, actually. If we go into a full lockdown, for our area anyway, I think, as I mentioned, I don't know if I have mentioned actually, do you know what, I lose track of what I say and don't say. Thurrock was #1 in the UK. Woo! For cases, I think new cases. We went down to #3, I think last time I checked a few days ago. And Brentwood was #1, which is only really like a couple of towns along. So we're still in tier 4. I think we're going to be in tier 4 for a while. And I generally think what we need in our area, at least in London, it is going to be another full lockdown. And it's so hard. It must be so hard to try and balance sort of like our economy, because this is obviously one of the best times for the shops. I understand putting them into a lockdown and them not being able to open other than say like supermarkets or food shops is going to cause them to lose a hell of a lot of money because of their January sales. But what, you know, how else do you control it? I don't know. There are talks about, I think maybe like a tier 5 going in. But how many, like realistically, how many tiers can you have? How far can this go before you just say lockdown? So yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what he says today. It's 4:15 now. I think he usually does an announcement around 6 o'clock, I think. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But yeah, so hopefully my mum, New Year's Day, if not Dave. Dave is kind of my bubble. My mum would be sort of like Poppy's bubble for childcare. So if it came to it, I would just drop Poppy off maybe for a couple of hours so she can see Poppy, and then I'd pick her up outside maybe, so I've not got any contact. The good thing is I'm working from home. I don't go anywhere. Yeah, my shopping I will now do it on a click and collect because of our cases being so high if I can. Dave is part of a program that gets tested regularly. He gets tested about every 2 weeks for some research thing that he's been doing for the last couple of months. And then Poppy will not be going to nursery whilst we're in tier 4, and why our area is so high. I don't think it will be too detrimental to her at this age. And I'm only talking about maybe off for maybe 4 to 6 weeks. You know, she only does maybe 15 hours or something like that a week. So yeah, it's just I don't want to catch it. Both my parents have kind of issues, health issues, for various reasons and things, and I would never want them to catch it. Even if we just did a walk to the nursery, which is what my dad and my mum were doing, they were just coming to the house, walk to the nursery with me, walk back, and then they'd go. But I still wouldn't feel comfortable with Poppy being around them, and I would rather they see her and she sees them and know that it's safe. I mean, one of the other things is, I don't think I have mentioned this, and that is Dave's dad is extremely ill, and in November he middle of November basically got told that he's only got 12 weeks to live. So I certainly don't want to put him at risk either, because if he has to isolate for 10 days, or if he's got it or has it and he's caught it from one of us because Poppy's been to nursery, that's 10 days away that he's not been able to see his dad. And when there's such a limited time frame, and that's unfortunately if he makes the 12 weeks, and his dad has just been tested positive for COVID in the care home as well. So it's not great at the minute. His mum and dad and sister do seem to all be handling it really well, and I don't think it was of any great surprise, although they weren't expecting it. I think when they got given that, it wasn't, they understood why, sort of thing, because of other issues and things. So yeah, it's I would never want to do that. But his mum is able to go and see his dad on Sunday, so I'm guessing that his dad must be okay from it, or had very little symptoms from it, if any, which is really good considering he's quite an ill man. To be able to escape it, it is pretty good, and not have to end up back in hospital. So yeah, so that's that. I will do the video with me and Dave. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow night if he's coming down. It's not like we ain't got time, because we've got till midnight. And just, I do want to do that. He said to me actually, and I was really surprised, and I will test him on this, because when he gave me the light, he was like, oh yes, I thought this would be really good because then you can shine it on your WIPS. And I was like, he said WIPS? Like, but does he know what that means? I think he knows that it means what pieces are I'm working on, because he follows me on Instagram, and so I would say whatever, I might talk about WIPS on there, but I doubt he knows what the WIP means. But yeah, I was like, that really surprised me that that he said it and just like casually threw it into a sentence. So yeah, so that did actually really impress me, bless him. So yes, that's it really. That is it. I will do a video midway through the month if I think I've got a lot of progress to show. If I've got a real stitchy bug going on, then yeah, then I'll happily do another video. Or if anything dramatic happens or anything like that. I had a good Christmas. I got some nice gifts. I got a new like brown leather rucksack that I wanted for my dad. I've got such an itchy nose. Oh, no stitchy gifts, but that's fine. I got some nice books, a load of Body Shop products, hats, bobble hat, load of Friends stuff because I love Friends, so cups and travel mug, and a game as well. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to play that with other people, because you have to chuck a ball about, I think, as well. You know, God, when will we be able to handle something that somebody else has handled? Christ knows. But yeah, other than that, it's been fine. I'm still working from home. I think now I'm in tier 4. I think we're just going to be working from home forever. I am due to go to head office actually for a course a few days before my birthday. So yeah, next month I've got my birthday and Poppy's birthday. But actually I think I'm going to email them and say that I won't be attending because I have to go into Chelmsford, which I think is quite a high area at the moment, and because Poppy won't be on nursery, luckily it fell on the days that Poppy was going to be in nursery. At the moment, as I don't plan on sending her back, I've got no one to look after her, and I would never let my mum do 3 whole days with her. She would just be way too much. So I'm not prepared for someone to look after her for those amount of days. I've only got my mum. My dad won't go near her, bless her. So I've only got my mum as my bubble that will actually go near her, and I'm not prepared to put my mum for 3 whole days with her. So I'm gonna have to cancel it anyway, I have to say, because of childcare reasons. If it's that important, they can do it over Microsoft Teams, like I've done other training over Teams. Granted, it is a lot easier if you're in person and it's easy to ask questions and stuff, but there you are. So yeah, so that's it. So I will love you and leave you. Thank you for returning. I've had some new subscribers, so that's really good. I've watched some new people on Flosstube, so Jessie and Marie does stuff. I mean, I say new people, I just haven't watched them for a while. One new person though was recommended to me from Lisa S Stitches. She mentioned her in her last video. I think her name is Lollypop Stitches, something like that. I will find her and link her underneath. I will link my Facebook group if anyone is interested in it, Crafty Corner. Lots of new people in that. Really impressed with that. Love it. Just need to get more people to interact and share their projects and stuff like that in it. It's quite hard. It tends to be the same 2 or 3 people at the minute, including myself. So yeah, I just want people more to interact more. But sometimes people just prefer to be in a group and see other people's work, don't they? I mean, that's fine. So, and that's it. I will end this. Thank you for watching. If it's your first time, then please subscribe. Hopefully this next year I will have some finishes for you. I'll have some new starts that I've got planned. I've got the WIPGO, so you can follow my progress on that and my goals each month. I'm sure Poppy will be keeping me on my toes. We've got life in general. Stuff seems to happen quite a lot. So yeah, so thank you. And I hope I see you all again soon. Bye.